Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simple Politics. I'm shooting this video very late, so if my voice is a little bit low, please do forgive me. So, I decided earlier not to make a video, not to rush. I was still processing my emotions regarding the vet. And the fiscal framework being adopted in parliament. So I decided to just relax and just soak it in and just think, because I do know sometimes when I am emotional, I do wiggle. So I soaked it in. So there's a few things that I want us to look at. I want us to look at the Action SA, how this could play out for the Action SA. As I was live on TikTok, so I spoke to a few people and what they thought, how this could play out for the DA, and also considering the KZN. If Ramaphosa has got a backbone to actually reshuffle the DA. And also, I think it's a matter of who's going to budge first. Is the DA going to say to Ramaphosa, no, we were walking away? Is Ramaphosa going to say, I'm reshuffling you guys? How is this going to play out? I think those are the interests right now. So let's start with Action SA, because Action SA is quite an interesting dynamic, and I feel like other people they underestimate Action SA. Action SA played a big role. It really did play a big role. Oh, another thing that I want us to talk about is the MK, and I'm so disappointed in MK. I'm really disappointed. But before I get to MK, let me just quickly speak about Action SA. I feel like Action SA played a crucial role in this, and I was so shocked. I was so shocked that the Freedom Front Plus voted no, because originally I thought the Freedom Front Plus was going to vote yes, and they voted no. So, because every time when I think about the Freedom Front Plus, I'm always like, it's not a package with the DA. So if the DA decides to vote no, it does not automatically mean that the Freedom Front Plus is also going to vote no. They are not a package. But today I was shocked when they vote no. I was like, hey, man, hi, Freedom Front Plus. I was also shocked with Mmusi. He voted yes. He supported the fiscal framework. And then he said that... and then he said, yeah, Bosa, Action SA, and the Rise Mzansi, they are counting on the 30 days for the minister to go see if he can find other ways to get money instead of hiking the VAT. Pofu, the same government, they've sent out an alert tonight saying on the 1st of May, the VAT increase will be implemented. So meaning that the dream that they sold to the DA, to Bosa, to Rise Mzansi, to Action SA, that vote for us, it's fine, support this, and then give us 30 days for us to look for other alternative ways we can collect money, and then we're going to remove the VAT. This is city. That's not possible. If you failed to find ways to get the money before the budget was passed, how are you going to do it once the budget is passed? That's impossible. But the minister, when he was acknowledging everything that was happening, the budget passing or the fiscal framework passing, he did not even touch on the 30 days. No one is acknowledging the 30 days in Goku. No one is acknowledging the what's gonna happen in 30 days. Nothing. So you are telling me that in 30 days they're gonna say no, we are removing the VAT? That's impossible. They just wanted people to sub. So I'm really disappointed in Bosa. I'm really, really disappointed. Some people answered me and said, Bana, Mamaine has never been a left. I was like, no, guys, this has nothing to do with being Mamaine being a left organization. I'm just saying Mmusi as a person is very reasonable, I think. And so for him to vote yes, increasing VAT, I'm not gonna lie, I was very disappointed. I was very disappointed. But anyway, let's move right along, because I don't want to make this a long video. This is just my reaction on everything that has happened. Just before I get to the DA and the ANC, what's going to happen, I do want to touch on MK. I'm extremely disappointed in MK. You know, if MK if okay, I see Andile Mngxitama Nomzwanele Manye, they're trying to explain on Twitter that no, remember MK has got 10 vacancies that are not filled. Remember when MK expelled those people who were parliament members, so they've got 10 vacancies or 10 positions that are not filled. On top of that, 3 people from the MK were absent. Dr. Hlophe was busy in a by-election on such a crucial time. On such a crucial time. Uhambuye kwi-by-elections as a leader of the official opposition. And you go to a by-election when we are busy voting for such a crucial thing. Aye, Shem. Aye. You know, I've said a lot of things about MK. I've mocked MK. But today, today has disappointed me, man. Today has really disappointed me. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not only just I'm disappointed, man. In them, you know, I am at home. I'm not a member of parliament, but I knew that there was gonna be voting now, and I knew that I was not gonna miss watching that voting. Like I was like I am God. So you're telling me, Bana, Dr. Hlophe decided, but it's not important. I really, or maybe he thought we were gonna lose. Tlamulo was also in the by-elections. I saw him there with videos on such an important day. As a result, the ANC has won that voting with 194. The people who voted no are 182. 194 minus 182, we only needed 12 votes. If MK, the 10 people that are not there, were there, the 10 vacancies had people, and the 3 people that are off, or Hlophe, who went elsewhere, we could have won the vote. So I feel like it's disappointing, man. Into MK, it's very disappointing. They're not let's say, even if we were not having this beef with the MK, ne? Let's say we're not having this beef about our Floyd and stuff, you know, I feel like they're not people where you can depend on them. You know, they're not people where you can be like, I know they're gonna pull through. Yeah, so it's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very disappointed with MK on this one. I'm very disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. And Judge Hlophe, John Hlophe, they've got experience. They know that numbers are everything, especially when you are voting. And this thing that we are voting for, we are not voting for into useless. We are voting for into that's gonna change the lives of the people, the livelihoods of the people. Yabona, next month when the VAT is being implemented, everybody who's laughing and clapping, it's gonna be very different. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very disappointed, very. And I feel like MK as a whole, man, like Floyd, you know, the VAT does not only this voting was not about it's about the forms, the voters of the MK who are going to experience the VAT hike. So everybody in the MK, like Floyd, I don't know if Jacob Zuma was aware that he voted, but I feel like everybody should have encouraged the members of MK to go to parliament and vote. Floyd knows how these things work. So I'm not sure why there's no one advising MK. And if MK needed to campaign so bad in that ward, Floyd, Jacob Zuma, they could have gone and campaigned Dipai. Kungasuka abantu who are supposed to be in parliament and go campaign in a ward for a by-election and miss such an important day in parliament. So for me, I am not gonna lie. Okay, moving right along. The DA, it's quite tricky. Mina, I'm saying that it's the end of the road for the DA in the GNU. Also because we heard the Minister of Finance said that you can't reject the budget, and then just before they started voting, he said you can't reject the budget and think you're gonna preside over a budget that you've rejected. And then he went on and said we are drawing the line right now. Earlier today, we heard the leaked audio from Cyril Ramaphosa, which people are saying it's not leaked. They probably released it on purpose, of them saying, "Ubana, if the DA has to decide if they want to be part of the GNU." So, from that leaked old, he said to John Steenhuisen, "The ball is in your court, Kucho Ramaphosa." So it's giving to me that Ramaphosa might not be strong enough or brave enough to say to the DA, Ubana, we are reshuffling you. So it seems like he's going to wait for the DA to say we are leaving. What if the DA doesn't leave? Then what's going to happen? Because clearly he's going to be giving Herman Mashaba. I heard rumors that Herman Mashaba might be getting the Minister of Home Affairs. I'm like, Evana, I can't imagine Herman as a Minister of Home Affairs, but things happen. Yeah, and then Mmusi apparently is targeting the foreign affairs ministry there. I'm not sure if it's legal Lamola or it's a different one, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I think I'm very interested to see is Ramaphosa brave enough to reshuffle the DA ministers, or he's just gonna sit and wait for the DA to be the ones to say we are walking away, because also the DA, unfortunately, they cannot play opposition when they are in a government. It's very difficult, and the DA is taking the ANC to court for the GNU rather DA is taking them to court, EFF as well. But the EFF said something important. Julius Malema said, we are going to consult with our lawyers first and find out if we've got a case, which is very important, because dragging people to court and then you lose, it just makes you look like a fool. So I'm happy with CIC saying, they're going to check if they've got a case, to see if the sitting of today can be ruled as sort of unlawful, because there were clauses that were violated. Now I heard some people saying, Ngubana, is the EFF gonna link with the DA on this case, or are they gonna do it separately, even though they are fighting for the same thing? I'm not sure. I don't know if because the thing is, if they link the cases, everyone is going to want to take credit. Maybe they're going to talk it out. I don't know how that's going to work out. But I mean, they're fighting for the same thing, so they can both argue. Their lawyers from both sides can both argue. So it can be a combined case. So I don't know if that's going to happen, because they're fighting for the same thing, technically. So I mean, it's a one case. So we are waiting for that. My question to you guys, do you think Ramaphosa has got a backbone to reshuffle the DA? Does the DA have a backbone to walk away rather? I don't know. Another thing that I wanted us to just quickly, I wanted to touch on, is the province of KZN. Yeah, about the province of KZN, which is very, very important in this conversation. Uguti, if the relationship ends, let's say worst case scenario or best case scenario, the DA walks away from the coalition or the GNU national, does that mean the relationship is going to end in KZN? And I'm saying, though, when I'm answering myself, it doesn't necessarily have to end, because the coalition in Gauteng excludes the DA, but the DA was in a coalition in national. So meaning that if they can have a backbone in KZN, they can say, well, the national relationship doesn't have to affect our relationship in KZN, our provincial relationship, especially if they're working well. And I did hear some of the MK members right now, they are entertaining the idea, Uguti, if the GNU fails, then the MK has to move in and govern with the DA. And I see some of them are like saying, no, that will never happen. We'll never govern with the DA. But I'm thinking to myself, well, but now it's like, would the DA rather govern with the ANC and the IFP and continue that relationship? I don't think they would want to destabilize that relationship, because it seems to be working for them. Or will the MK, once the GNU fails in national, fight harder to occupy that space? Fight harder to say, okay, fine, now that it has failed, let's take over. And it seems like MK is not willing at all to work with the AFP, because now I would think about, if that relationship fails, the MK would rather work with the IFP, but it seems like they would rather go the route of the DA. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, if that's gonna affect that relationship. But tricky, guys. Like, it's very tricky. It's honestly very, very, very tricky. And I mean, also, if MK would push a little bit harder, it would be good for them to show the people of KZN, yeah, you guys voted for us, so see how we can govern, you know. So I don't know. I don't know though. I don't know how MK would want to spin this, you know. I think everything will be clear. I don't know if the ANC would want to reshuffle the ministers immediately. Maybe they're gonna wait and see what's gonna happen to this case of the DA and the EFF Gal, and take it from there. And I saw Panyaza posting, celebrating Gokuti, yeah, the DA is finally caught with their pants down. We knew it because they want to be in government and they want to be in opposition. And people were like to Panyaza, please, you're making things worse, Panyaz. You are celebrating us having a VAT increase. That is at our cost. So unfortunately, your timing is wrong. So yeah, guys, yeah, it's very tricky. I don't know what's gonna happen to KZN. I don't know if it's gonna be affected, but I feel like it has the power to not be affected. If they can stand strong, they can actually say, well, we're not part of the GNU. This is a provincial unit, and it has a different relationship. I think they can make it work if they push hard enough. Of course, if the MK as well push hard enough, things can work out for them as well. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I think we are going to have to wait and see. Everyone is anticipating to see. I think the most important bit is to see what's going to happen to the DA and the Freedom Front Plus, because the Freedom Front Plus as well, I've always defended them and said they're not a package with the DA, but I was shocked today when they voted no. So, I mean, the EFF has always said if the DA and the Freedom Front Plus are not in the GNU, we are ready to join. But obviously, the EFF can't join now because they also voted no for the budget. So technically, they did the same thing that the DA did. But it's interesting to see if the DA and the Freedom Front Plus are kicked out of the GNU, how will this play out? I mean, even if the EFF doesn't join immediately, but at least there's going to be a chance for them in the few months to come. So that is very, very interesting. I mean, and also they can start to negotiate towards that. But yeah, very, very interesting. Hey, guys, the dynamics are kunzima. So we'll see how it plays out. Obviously, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll try my best to keep you guys updated. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Zizipolo Pelwana. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel. Let's meet in the comment section. I want you guys to tell me everything. Tell me what you think about Herman. I mean, honestly, guys, we can't hate Herman. Herman is playing a goal here. And to be honest, it's 2-0. Herman Mashaba versus the DA. Herman has just dribbled the DA again. So Herman Uzamela and the family like, oh, and people are saying Herman Mashaba is not gonna survive the next election with this thing that he just pulled. I don't know. Hey, people are just saying he's just not gonna survive. I don't know. I think we shall see. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Aluta continua. The struggle continues always.